What is going on, guys? It is Tyler here, owner of the Flex Highlights channel. Probably a little bit different from what you're used to seeing, but of course, March Madness is coming around the corner. It is currently Wednesday, and I'm recording this at 3:41. So the last two play-in games have not happened yet, but honestly, it shouldn't mess me up too bad because I will make up the predictions now. I'm currently 2 for 2. I did have Fairleigh Dickinson in there, and then I had Belmont. So let's not wait any further. East, the 1-16. I do have North Dakota State winning this, but I'm going to go with the Blue Devils. I mean, I don't think that's really shocker there. For the 8-9, I do have UCF going on. Taco Fall, the big, was he like 7'7" center, and he is huge. For the 5-12 matchup, I do have Liberty going on to upset the Bulldogs in Mississippi State. Just because I really like Liberty, they're really well-rounded, and I like their three-point shooting. I think it's pretty nice. So the 4-13 with Virginia Tech and St. Louis is going to go V-Tech there. The 6-11 Maryland Belmont game. So I see a lot of people actually going with Belmont, but I'm going to go with Maryland. I just really like Maryland. Coming from as an Ohio State fan, I've seen Maryland play, and they're not bad. And I think they'll just have. I think it'll be close, but I think they'll have slightly more than Belmont does. LSU Yale, seen a lot of Yale stuff, but I'm going to go with the safe pick and go LSU. I just really like this year's LSU team. Louisville, Minnesota, going to go Louisville, going to go basketball culture there, and then Michigan State over Bradley. So moving on to the West, going to go Gonzaga over Fairleigh Dickinson. No shocker there. Syracuse over Baylor, just Syracuse. They are there. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with Syracuse. Marquette, Murray State. Going with the upset here, going Murray State. I feel really good about Murray State this year. Yeah, just Ja Morant. I think he'll be able to carry that team. Florida State over Vermont. No shocker there. Buffalo, Arizona State / St. John. So I'm gonna go with Arizona State beating Buffalo. I think they'll get in, and then I think they will beat Buffalo. Texas Tech over Northern Kentucky. A kind of hard matchup for me, Nevada and Florida. I'm going to go Florida just because I don't think Nevada is really a team right now. Well, I mean, they are, but I just think Florida coming off a good SEC tournament. I think they'll be able to overpower Nevada. Going to go Michigan over Montana. Now to the south, going to go Virginia over Gardner Webb. Not going to happen again like it did last year. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, going to go Ole Miss. Going to go with the Rebels in there. Wisconsin, Oregon, actually going to go Oregon. Probably one of the hotter teams right now, I would say, coming off the Pac-12 championship. And I'm going to also go with another upset here. I'm going to go UC Irvine over Kansas State. UC Irvine, I think they have the best paint defense in the nation right now. And Kansas State, I don't feel confident in them actually kicking it out efficiently to beat UC Irvine. So I'm going to go UC Irvine for the 12-13 around the 32 matchup. St. Mary's, I do have them over Villanova. I really do like the St. Mary's team. Purdue, going to go with them. So St. Mary's, Purdue. The 7-10 and 2-15, just going to go Tennessee, and then actually I'm going to go Iowa here. Weird pick because Cincinnati had a pretty good tournament, and Iowa really hasn't done anything of late. They've lost, I think, like their last 8 games or something like that, or they've won 2 out of 10 games or 2 out of 8 games in their last few games. So going to go with Iowa, though, just because I feel really confident in them and beating Cincinnati. I just think Iowa has been I think they've been really good when they were at their top, so we'll have to see if they can get back there. But North Carolina over Iona, I mean, no shocker there. Utah State, Washington, going to go Utah State. Going to go with them. Auburn, New Mexico State. I've seen a lot of stuff going with the New Mexico State over Auburn, but Auburn, I think they're too hot right now. I think they're going to beat New Mexico State. Kansas Northeastern. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it, but honestly, I really. This is hard for me because Kansas, they're coming in limping into the tournament, and Northeastern, I mean, like, this is prime opportunity for them right now. So, I'm going to go Northeastern over Kentucky for the huge upsets in the tournament. Iowa State have them over my Buckeyes. Houston, going to go with them. Kentucky is going to go to the round of 32, and I actually have Seton Hall over the Terriers. So, round of 32 matchups in the East, we're going to go Duke, obviously. Liberty versus VTech. Actually going to go with Virginia Tech. I've seen a lot of stuff of Liberty going to the round of 32. I don't think it's going to happen. Maryland versus LSU. Going to go LSU in this one. Louisville, Michigan State. Going to go Michigan State. Just think Michigan State is one of the better teams, even with them hurt. I mean, you've seen what they did in the Big Ten Championship, so gonna go with that. Gonzaga, Syracuse. Honestly, I could see Syracuse beating Gonzaga, but I am going to go Gonzaga with the safe pick. Murray State, Florida State. Actually going to go with Murray State. Yes, I do have Murray State in the Sweet 16. I think they'll be one of the better Cinderella stories in this tournament. Arizona State versus VTech. Going to go, or not VTech, Texas Tech. Going to go Texas Tech in that one. Florida, Michigan. Going to go Michigan. Just think they're a little bit better right now. Down to the South, Virginia, Ole Miss. Going to go Virginia. Oregon and UC Irvine. I do indeed have Oregon in this matchup. I think they're going to be a little bit too hot for UC Irvine to really get there. And plus, Oregon, they can kick it out a lot better than what Kansas State can. So I think that's what's going to prevail for them. St. Mary's, Purdue. I actually have St. Mary's going there. Their defense, I think they'll be able to shut down Carson Edwards, which that team relies heavily on. Well, not heavily, but obviously that's one of their star players. So Iowa, Tennessee, going to go Tennessee here. I think Iowa, they end there. In the Midwest, North Carolina over Utah State. Going to go Auburn over Northeastern. Iowa State, Houston. Actually going to go with Iowa State in this one. I'm not really a big fan of Houston like a lot of people are. I just think they're really inconsistent. And Iowa State, I think they're really good. I think they're really hot coming in here. So I'm going to go with Iowa State and Kentucky for the last pick of round 32. So Sweet 16, here we are. Duke and VTech. Going to go Duke here. Virginia Tech did beat them. But that was when they were kind of limping, and Duke, they're kind of back to what they were at the start of the season. So, gonna go Duke there. LSU, Michigan State. Michigan State. I'm gonna win that one. Gonzaga, Murray State ends there. Gonzaga is gonna win. Ends for Murray State in the Sweet 16. Texas Tech and Michigan. Going to go Texas Tech here. I really like Texas Tech. Culver, he's really good. And I think he'll be able to carry Texas Tech into the Elite Eight. So going with Virginia and Oregon, going to go Virginia. Oregon's run ends here. St. Mary's and Tennessee, going to go St. Mary's. Like I said, I really like the St. Mary's team. And one of the best defensive teams. That's how they actually did beat Gonzaga. And Gonzaga, I believe, has the number 1 offense. Or like number 2, somewhere around there in the nation. And St. Mary's, they ended up beating them in the WCC semifinals, I believe. North Carolina, Auburn. Going to go North Carolina, Iowa State, Kentucky. I am going to go Iowa State. Yeah, a bit of a weird pick. But I really like this Iowa State team. Like I said, Kentucky, yeah, they probably lost a little bit of momentum going against Tennessee when they lost there, so I think that's why. I think that'll be one of the bigger factors. Iowa State just has more momentum. Elite Eight, Duke and Michigan State. I think this is the hardest pick for me to make throughout the whole tournament, just because I really like both teams. I like Michigan State more than I do Duke, but the fact that Michigan State has more injuries right now, it kind of scares me, but I'm not going to be scared enough. I'm going to go Michigan State to the Final Four. I've seen what they did in the Big Ten, and it's pretty nasty. So Gonzaga, Texas Tech, actually going to go Texas Tech here. I really like Texas Tech coming into the tournament, and that'll be a good matchup, Michigan State, Texas Tech. In the Elite Eight, St. Mary's run ends here. Virginia is going to beat St. Mary's. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Psych! St. Mary's is going to take the win. Yeah, I really like this St. Mary's team. I think they'll be like the Loyola of last year. So I'm going to go St. Mary's against Virginia. A bit of a weird pick, but it's going to happen. North Carolina, Iowa State. North Carolina is going to complete Iowa State. Really like this North Carolina team. Final Four. This is also another hard one for me. Michigan State, Texas Tech. I'm going to go Michigan State just because I think that they're more experienced and I think they'll be able to get the job done. So, Final Four, St. Mary's, are they going to make it to the final? No, they are not. North Carolina is going to beat them. Really like the North Carolina team, and these are two teams that I really like. But I'm going to go Michigan State. That's what's going to happen. I'll predict a score, but I don't think I'll be right. I'll just go 67-63. Why not? So, Michigan State beats North Carolina in the finals, 67-63, and bang. All right, so I hope you guys like and enjoyed this video. A bit of a different one, but yeah, this is going to be it for me, so I will talk to y'all later. See you guys.